Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel at VAG Technic. We are still working on the Porsche Cayenne, which is here. On the previous videos you see how we took the car in, how we spoke with the customer, what was agreed. And right now Philip is already working on the engine to get to the rocker arms, what we are suspecting will be faulty. We will check everything, all the components, what we will have in the hands, like if they're good or not good. If we find anything wrong, we will contact the customer, of course. We will leave the decision to him if he wants to change something or not, and we will try to film the video like how long it actually takes, because if you're doing the time-lapse, which is still recording on top, it looks too easy, and if we were just gonna leave it that way, you will think it's not taking so long. So I'll try to do like the most important footage, what are we removing, what we're checking. Otherwise, if you will be here in person, you will probably die, because it's a very boring job which is taking very long time. But that's how it is. So we will start stripping it down and we'll talk you through. So we have Mr. Philip here already working on the car. He started with the loom because that is the first thing what needs to be removed. There's loads of connectors, loads of connectors. Right now I believe he's taking off a lambda sensor connector, if I'm correct. Yes. So the exhaust will be removed. You have a connector on the side, both of them for lambda 1 and lambda 2. Same on the other side, and then of course you can see how many connectors and wires are on top of the cylinder head, one side and the other side. So all that gotta come off, because we need to remove this molten, which is like a noise isolation on the engine, and you'll see what's underneath it. Broken. Broken.
And it's still clipped down.
Sit there
Zase není svěčky dnu, tak jsou svěčky dnu. Aha. It's working. Almost.
You said that you've been searching, silencing your mind,
Too easy.
trying to be patient, but running
Going up uphill.
So the boring part of the video finished, and this is how the time-lapse looks like.
Okay, so this is what we have so far. It's like stripped down. The loom is still there because it's connected from the engine block as well, so we don't want to remove whatever we don't want to remove. We can clearly see the top of the cylinder heads with no fill rails or injectors, which is good. 2 injectors, we have to jig them out, they're a bit stuck, and you can probably see the bit of a dirt inside, so that will be all cleaned up. Next up, we'll be removing the timing chain covers for the cylinder heads. Where are the camshaft adjusters, so we will see the condition of them in no time. And then we still have to take off the vacuum pump, the PCV valve, unscrew all the bolts around to get the camshaft carrier or remove the camshaft carrier. And we will be dropping off the intakes as well from both sides to carry out the carbon cleaning while the engine is out. And yeah, we will see what will be the outcome.
vessel. You got it? Indeed. Intake. Actually, this.
And here we are. We get to the point where we strip it down for a rocker arm service replacement. So I tried to film the video like more detail so you have a bit of an idea how long things actually takes and stuff. I'm really hoping it wasn't too boring. And we are at the point where the camshaft with the carriers are off, with the intakes are off, where you've seen a bit dirty, and everything that needs to be removed is removed. So in this condition, if it was just a rocker arm job, we can do a carbon valve cleaning, we can start cleaning all the silicone off, we'll replace the old 24 rocker arms, so upgraded ones, and proceed with the work. However, because we found what we found, we'll get in a second, we have to contact the owner of the vehicle because we just don't want to carry out the job like this is what we were talking about, here you go, see you later. And in a month, 2 months, 3 days, I don't know, there will be a problem and the owner will be like, well, you didn't tell me about that. And what if I want to get it sorted? So everyone who's coming to us is sort of discussed with the prices, how long it will take, and theory. and we try to give you probably as much as information, like the highest possible price. However, every single time we strip the engine down, there can be surprises. And in this case, it's not a surprise because I did tell the owner we had a problem with the one camshaft adjusters. So, the camshaft adjusters sprockets, actually. I'm not sure from what material it is because nowhere on them I can't see like from what material they are. Maybe if you fully strip it down I can tell, but I believe it's some kind of a dual aluminum because magnet is not holding on it and it looks really soft. Also, when you're doing your oil change and you're wondering, you have like small sparkling metallic bits, what it is, well, option number one, what it can be, as you can probably see over here, how the needle bearings are already sticking out, and maybe which one, and maybe this one here, how they see how they're sticking out. So how it's turning is slowly cutting the end of the edges off. So see. And the second thing is why you can have some sparkling metallic bits in because of these camshaft adjuster sprockets. So you can probably tell this is not even good for a bicycle, and I would definitely not recommend to put a new chain on this, because you can see how from this side it's like getting deeper. You can also feel the transition from the curb to the edge, like the chain was literally biting into it. So the problem with this is like the chain is not actually stretching to length, it's stretching to width, because see, it's like a cone a bit. So deeper and deeper the chain can sit, it will leave the markings on them, like you can see it here and everywhere else on them. So we always recommend to do the chains and the camshaft adjuster sprockets with the camshaft adjusters. The problem is they are over 400 quid each, and you need 4 of them, so the bill is rapidly going up. Also, we are working on a replacement parts, which will be like iron cast material, like the B7, B6, B8, V8's head. So when we take those out, we don't see any of these markings, so they're like really good. So we'll probably test them on Miroslav's car, see the outcome. I'm really hoping they will sort out the problem with this. And yeah, mainly, what was wrong with it? Well, this is the extra thing what needs doing on it. But this is one of the rocker arm which didn't fail, but look at this. See how it's already moving? So there's a big play in between the needle bearings and the center pin. And if this one wouldn't failed, still moving all right, then this one failed. When I remove it, you still have the needles bearing in. You can see how much material is missing from the center pin. And as soon as I left it like this, all these just literally fell out. So when we removed the camshaft, along with the sprocket and everything, all the arms were still there. Also, very, very lucky, the camshaft is not damaged. It actually failed on the inlet this time. Usually it always failed on the exhaust for some reason. But this rocker arm was on the inlet camshaft. So, no damage there. I think that will be fine. So, save probably about 700 quid on the camshaft. However, we have to discuss with the owner what we're going to do with the timing chain sprockets and everything. So, at the moment, we will have to give him a call. Still will be the decision, because if we have to do the camshaft sprockets along with the chain, as you can probably tell, we still have to strip loads of things down, which will require probably additional 6-7 hours of labor maybe. So the subframe gotta come off, you gotta disconnect the gearbox. The gearbox have like 6 bolts around the plate of the torque converter, which is from underneath. Bit of a bastard place to be, but you gotta do it that way because we don't wanna be draining the oil out of the gearbox, which will bring more expenses. So yeah, it will be a fun story, we'll see. This is a common thing, what we do. Probably at the moment it's 1 car per week, which is quite a lot, and we are booking in advance probably a couple of weeks. So some of them are prevention, of course, but most of them already have a tapping noise. Also, this owner, what I did told them is, because we just don't want to carry out the job and give him the car, all these components, all 3 of them, so the water pump, thermostat and this valve, is time due. It's unfortunately not even mileage due, but it's time due, because you have like a rubber membrane inside, which is controlled with the solenoid, vacuum solenoid, which goes into the pump over there. And if that failed, that will literally suck coolant, and then you have a fault code coming on. So can you actually see it here, like it's 2016 or 17? Yeah, you can see it. So I think that will need replacing. However, more money, unfortunately. Well, in this case it's fine, we don't have to take the front end off. So I will tell him, like, we don't see any leaks, leave a decision on him. If you want to get it done, we can. If not, I think it's doable without removing the front end. So it's not that labor-wise bad that on the S and RSS. The reason why we're telling to people we don't know, like it looked good now, but we don't know, because we had a owner of RS5 here not long time ago, probably 2 months. And we did told them like water pumps do and this and that. He was like, is it fine? We told them, like, visually it seems to be fine, but we don't know. Unfortunately for him, the water pump failed 5 weeks later or something like that. He went to Audi first, they did a bit of a diagnostic here and there. We knew straight away like it will be probably the solenoid or with the water pump. But yeah, the car was bring back like under warranty just to be checked. And unfortunately it ended up with all 3 components in front. Also, when you're doing these 3 components, you should replace these pipes, because you can't get the gasket separates from TPS or Audi. So we're replacing these 2 pipes along with the 2 solenoids now. So yeah, but let me call to the customer very quickly, see what he say, and we go from there. Hello, how you doing, mate?
Thomas, how are you, bro?
Ah, not very well, you know. It's too cold outside.
Yeah?
Yep, freezing.
Yeah, too cold. Me, I'm even worse. Me is too cold, and I have to pay double as well for the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's the decisions?
I had a couple questions before I give you my decision, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I go ahead and change everything you showed me in the video,
Mm-hmm.
essentially, will I be able to treat the car how I want it for the next 1 year, 2 years, drive it how I like, or do I
Of
still
course.
have to have a worry in the back of my mind?
It's a RS5 engine, so basically we never had a problem internally with the engine like pistons, like on the S5s, S4s 3 liters. Also, you don't have the heat exchanger like the RS5, so you have a air-to-air intercooler for the turbos. So that wouldn't be a problem. So basically, if you're gonna sort out these critical engine parts which are worn out, you can drive the car for next 7-8 years with no issues, really, if you're gonna do the oil changes on time and stuff.
And I can drive it like I stole it as well, abuse the shit out of it.
Oh yeah. With the camshaft adjuster sprockets, where I send you the pictures, they are worn out.
Yeah, no, they're fucked. pretty
Yeah,
much.
so unfortunately they chew out. But it's like, I can't guarantee you like how long you will not have a problem. Because if you're gonna put it back together with the old ones, it can behave like there isn't a problem, yeah, for 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles. But the reason why we start telling everyone the real condition and we are concerned to change them, because from the experience in Slovakia when we've done the B9 S4, somebody had a problem with the timing chain rattle. So they gave him a new timing chain, new oil tensioners, and the car developed a rattling sound after, I don't know, 2,000 miles. Yeah, so then we strip it down after someone. And it's not like we're blaming someone who didn't done the job properly, but they didn't check the camshaft sprockets. Yeah. And what happened is, even if they put a new chain, it was good for a couple of 1,000 miles. Yeah. But because the camshaft sprockets were eaten out, the chain starts sitting into the sprocket lower and lower, and it get the chain stuck.
Yeah, they work together, yeah. Okay, so if engine will be impenetrable, only problem now is finance-wise, it's a big hit to me as well, you know.
I know, it's loads of money. The most
have no
expensive
warranty,
things are the camshaft adjusters. For 4 camshaft adjusters, it's like 17 some.
500 something and
Yeah.
800 for 2 of them, I think.
Yeah.
Before I even came to you, I got parts from Porsche. I was
So
curious.
you know how much they are.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't put too much labor on it. We probably add on the whole bill like 4 or 5 hours of labor to strip the gearbox down, take the covers off, replace everything.
Which
So
leads me to my next point. I'm guessing the price, there's not much you can do then, is there?
not
Is that
really,
appreciated
because
a lot?
we are giving people a price which is cheaper than retail. Yeah. So we can't really negotiate with the price because loads of other places they're adding 50-70% on parts. There is something what can be do with the price, but we even the rocker arm service set up the way that we are sort of making money, but there's not much what we're making on it really.
So in total, let's say the changes, we're gonna change the timing chain and the rocker arms and
Yes.
everything. What
Yes.
will the final price be?
So the final price will be 71.50.
And that's including absolutely everything: the PCV, the timing chain, the rockers, the seal.
The PCV is probably additional 50 quid, so that will bring us to 72.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see, if I'm gonna sort it out, I want to sort out everything. I want to drive the car with zero worry in my mind.
Yeah.
Because
See, this is another thing. If you want to do the water pump as well, and the other things, yeah, you'll be looking to do everything on there. Just a second, because I sent a quotation to someone in an email not a long time ago with this job. Just give me a second, I'll find out the prices because I want to tell you exact prices.
thank you. Because right now I'm 50-50 in between selling the car or keeping it, you know?
It's like, it won't make too much sense to sell it if you're going to spend the money, because any other car you will buy, not new but used, you might get into the same problem. Yeah, so it's like,
X5M, but apparently the 4.4 is 63
man,
engine is rubbish as well.
you literally gonna fell from a mud to a dirty river. Yeah, because unfortunately the biggest problem is, yeah, that I understand your point of view that you try to do like oil services after you bought the car like more often. Yeah, but unfortunately I think the damage was already done because you didn't own the car the first 3 or 4 years. Yeah, so that engine was running, I think somebody told me it's pre-described as 0W30 from the factory, not 0W20, but the 0W is the problem because that's the viscosity of the oil when it's warm. Yeah, so I personally think that though camshaft adjusters are worn out that way because the oil was there for a very long time and it's 0W.
And in terms of the oil that was near my turbo, could that just be a build-up of 6-7 years of oil, or?
That's from the PCV valve, from the ventilation.
But you could say that oil will be a build-up of 6 years worth of small oil leak. It could
I
have
mean,
happened at any point in between.
It's like because the oil is turning into fumes, and the crankshaft ventilation is basically ventilation the crankshaft before the turbo. It will consume a bit of oil, or that fumish will literally turn in a liquid again. Yeah, so that's not like worrying sign because we had the intake off. I didn't send you the pictures of the intake yet. It doesn't look that bad, so the engine is not carbonized that much, yeah.
Okay. So say I didn't do the water pump and I didn't do the PCV. It's not something for me to be worried about in the next 4 months. When it goes wrong, I can always fix it.
Yeah,
It's going to cost the same price.
Yeah.
7 grand too. Sorry, 7 grand too far off cash. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's including VAT, like invoice and everything, so you will have a proof the job was done. You will have 1 year warranty on whatever we've done to it. Yeah, so just in case you have a problem, yeah, you can come back anytime and we have to sort it out.
And so the warranty will cover, in aspects, the whole engine basically now.
It will cover the timing chain, camshaft adjusters, rocker arms, like whatever we do, yeah. I can't guarantee you the bottom end, yeah, because I didn't see the bottom end. But from the experience what we have, I'm telling you, that engine don't have a bottom end problem. Or piston, or conrod, or bearings, or low pressure on the oil, or something like that, yeah. If that was a 3 liter, I will tell you straight away, we will do this job, and I still guarantee you will not have a cracked piston. Because last year we've done probably 6 3 liters B9s when the piston cracked, a full engine rebuild. Yeah, and we've done none RS4, RS5, the 2.9s. Never had a problem with that.
Never ever. Even say the car goes to 100k mileage, I shouldn't experience that
Oh
issue.
yeah, oh yeah. I wouldn't be worried. We had a RS4 B9. The highest mileage was like 123,000 when we've done the rocker arms and stuff. Yeah, so they're still running strong. I mean, you know, shouldn't be an issue really.
Okay, let's do it.
No problem. On Monday we will proceed with the rest of it, and I'll keep you updated, send you some pictures and stuff. So estimate, I would say Wednesday-ish should be done.
Wednesday-ish, yeah?
Yeah, but I'll keep you updated. Yeah, because
Okay.
yesterday...
Wednesday, I know I can't come, but maybe
Okay.
Thursday I can
Yeah.
come down.
Look, I keep you updated because we still have to put the car back on the road. We always go for tracking, check everything. So want to make sure you'll get the car in 100% condition.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Thomas.
No
for your
problem,
time
sir.
and for
Have a nice
explaining
weekend.
everything as well.
All right, speak to you then, mate.
Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Quick phone call. It was all right. I fully understand that everyone is asking questions, why, how much, and this and that, because it is expensive service. I understand that. And of course, we provide warranty on whatever we do. However, we don't provide warranty on the whole engine. Reason why? We only get to the point where we can't see the pistons, we can't see the piston rings, we can't see the bottom end bearings, we can't see, for example, on those three components. So all the time, wherever we will get to, which is like timing chain covers, chains, rocker arms, whatever, that is covered with warranty unless the car's tuned. If the car's tuned, unfortunately, all the genuine parts will lose warranty because that's the policy of genuine parts, TPS. So there's nothing more we can do. I must say, over the years, we only have problems few times, and that problem occurs straight away. So the car didn't even leave the workshop, and we have to do the job for free. And in this case, with the rocker arms, I've seen someone on the forum saying that he's got a 21-plate engine and they failed. The thing now is, if you've seen the previous video, I did show you the computer or the MMI or whatever you should call it in the car, and there are two official services in the vehicle, which were done by Porsche. Nobody knows what was done afterwards. Yeah. So I'm not surprised if you have a 2-ton car with a V6 with high power output where the engine is struggling because it's heavy, with very long service interval, which is 18,000 miles, with 0W20, that the components failed. I'm not surprised at all. So by my opinion, this is good oil like 5W30, 5W40. I would definitely not recommend 0W20. And if you want to stick to 0W20, 30, 40, I will definitely cut the service interval to 6,000-7,000 miles, my opinion. Yeah. So I think this is a result of the bad servicing on the beginning, which this owner have no idea because he didn't buy the car brand new. He bought it used, unfortunately. He did mention he's done loads of oil services since he got it, but unfortunately, if you already have a cancer, there's a very small chance by a quick cure, he will help it, yeah, unfortunately. So, yeah, no blame to the owner as well, whoever had the car before, because I understand if you're buying a new car and you're paying a finance for 2 years and you want to get rid of it, why will you spend money on the service when Porsche recommend to do 20,000 on oil and you're fine with it because you will only have the car for 2 years? So it is business, that's how things are. That's why buying a second-hand RS, S, Porsches, BMWs, Mercedes, you gotta be really careful. It's a car with high power output, which is beaten every day probably. You gotta take it like that because you don't know, but probably it is. And you have to expect something like this, yeah. You might be the lucky one. Maybe you'll be like, I'm owning an RS for 4 or 5 years, never had a problem. Don't blame you, it can be. But because we are a garage and we have every single week this is happening, it's just my opinion, be careful, yeah, and definitely be ready and have some spare money for something like this unless you have a warranty. So, yeah, the job was approved. I think it was a wise decision by the owner to do everything. So we have to take the engine out, the water pump and everything in the front was not approved because, maybe next time. And in the next video, unfortunately, I gotta tell Philip that he have to strip down the rest of the engine from the gearbox and so on and so on and so on. So stay tuned, we'll be stripping it down more and more. We will be putting new bits on it. So like I said, we're gonna film more detailed video about it. And we see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, guys, and take care for now. See ya.